Hi friends, I'm going to give you a behind the scenes look at the Real Broker dashboard for 2026 since there's been a couple updated changes. This video is meant to be a very high level walkthrough of what we see on our side as agents. I think this video will be really helpful for anybody who has been considering the change to Real. This is especially helpful if you're actively considering moving brokerages, or maybe you just signed on at Real and you haven't had an opportunity to do the onboarding call yet and you want to see what things look like on our side. I won't be going deep into every tab today. Again, this is more of a bird's eye view, but I'll show you the main sections and how everything is organized. If you watch this and think, I'd love to see more of that tab, or can you explain this part to me in more detail, please reach out. I genuinely love walking agents through this. I hop on Zoom calls with agents every Tuesday and Thursday where we can talk about your specific business, answer your questions, and dive deeper into anything inside the dashboard that you want to see. I'll drop my Calendly link below in the description so you can grab a time if that would be helpful for you. Those of you that don't know me, hi, I'm Stevie. I'm a real estate agent here in Northeast Florida. I've been with Real Broker for 3.5 years as the recording of this video, which is February of 2026. I've been in real estate for 11 years now, and I help build and mentor a national network of female agents called the Hive. A big part of what I do is supporting agents in growing their businesses, building multiple streams of income, and helping them feel confident in their brokerage choice. We just finished months of work with the branding and the website. It's officially launched. If you would love to learn more about the Hive, just go to womenofthehive.com. It breaks down all these things, how we can support you. We've got the calendar tab that showcases all of our meetups. I have a national network. All these agents are all across the US. So we do several mastermind calls a month. And so you'll be able to see those listed in the calendar and the Zoom links. And then we also have an agent tab where I'm actively working on getting all of the agents featured on this agent tab of the website so that we can use this as a reference for referrals, or if we have an agent moving to Real in a different state, we can partner them up with somebody for a co-sponsorship opportunity. So yeah, I'm really excited about it. Please go check it out, womenofthehive.com. Okay, with that said, let's inside and I'll show you around. I'm so excited to share this with you guys. So this is our dashboard that I'm currently on my desktop, right? And it's called Reason, R-E-Z-E-N. And there is also an app. So everything that I show you here today, you can utilize in the app when you're on the go as well. So that's pretty cool. But this first main page right here is the dashboard page. And you'll see here on the left-hand side, all these different tabs. So anywhere you need to go and navigate throughout the platform, you'll just go to these tabs on the left-hand side and be able to navigate through that. So this first main page right here is just basics, like breaking down my license number when it expires, my contact information. We have the income. You'll also be able to see, we're currently in demo mode, by the way. So when you get tapped into the desktop, there's not going to be these blurred blobs on the page. But you'll be able to see here, like how much you've contributed towards your cap and what your balance is, like how much more is owed until you get to cap. Some of the areas on this page you can click on and dive in deeper, but this just gives you kind of a basic overview, like who my sponsor is and who is in my network and my licensing information, who is the designated broker for my state, my license number, which MLS am I a part of? Like you might be a part of multiple MLSs, especially if you're in multiple states, copies of the ICA that I have signed every year. So anyways, that's just like the basic overview of the first page. Okay, let's dive into some of these tabs. Like I mentioned, we're gonna be going over this super high level. If you have questions about something, schedule a Zoom call with me so we can dive in deeper. But this is just to give you a lay of the land, I guess you could say. Okay, so the first tab here is inbox. When you create a transaction in the dashboard, which you do it all through here, right? You have the opportunity to chat with somebody on the other side about the documents that you're turning in. So someone can see the documents that you're turning in and they can ask you questions, or you can ask questions back to them. They're checking for compliance things. They're making sure everything's turned in, but they're also making sure everything's turned in correctly. Like there's not any missing signatures, the check boxes have been checked, all those types of things. There's multiple ways to get to these conversations. Like when you create a transaction, for example, this one right here, you'll see the checklist items, the steps, you'll see the checklist items, you'll see details of the transaction broken down. You'll see this comments tab. So in every transaction that you upload, you'll have a comments tab. This is where you can ask questions or they can ask questions back to you. This is just where you're communicating with someone on the other side for transaction specific questions. Moving on to the next tab in the dashboard is my transactions. So whenever you have a listing or a buyer, you need to upload and create a folder within your dashboard. And depending if it is for a buyer or for a seller, it's going to run through a couple basic questions for you to create the folder, right? It's going to walk you through the steps. And also, depending if it's a buyer or a seller, it will curate a checklist for that buyer or for that seller, because those are different documents, right? You'll be able to go to all of your folders, your transaction folders, all right here through the My Transaction tab. Pretty self-explanatory. Your listings will be listed here. My office, this is something that I want to highlight. So depending on what state you're in, I'm in Florida, you will have all the details that you need here, like your principal broker's email, phone number, their name, mailing addresses, banking information. When you sign on with Real, you're going to have an onboarding call. You're going to have someone who works at Real that will go through all these details with you. This is where all the brokers in your state will be listed and your contract specialist. So something that's really interesting about that is, like when I first joined Real, which was 3.5 years ago, in Florida, there was like really only me and one other girl in my specific area. There was more agents in the state of Florida in general, but for our state of Florida, we only had one principal broker. So as Real grows in our state, they need to, and they are accommodating that and making sure that the agents have enough people and they feel supported. So now we have multiple brokers and we have multiple contract specialists to reach out to for support. That's one of the top questions that I get asked. And I love that you guys can kind of see this side of things so you kind of know what I'm talking about. You know, where you have a question or you have something going on and you need to speak to a broker, right? All you have to do is come to the screen and click Call Broker or Message Broker. And again, like I mentioned, this is on the desktop, but you also have this on an app on your phone, so you can do this from your phone as well. When you call a broker or message a broker, it's going to go to all of them. And another really awesome thing about this that I love is, let's say you call a broker and you've got a scenario, and sometimes it's like, some things are complex. And when you're on the phone call with the broker, it's going to be recording it and also is going to send you a transcript after. This is just like a little sneak peek of the technology that we have here. So if you're on the go or you're with your kids or you're in the middle of something at home, this is going to be recorded. So you don't have to think back like, what did they say? Everything's recorded and we'll send you the transcript. So that's really cool. You are going to feel really supported having multiple brokers to be able to reach out to. If it's not like a super emergency, you can just message all of them and then whoever is available and sees it can respond back. So I love that feature about it. Another thing is, let's say you don't have a broker specific question, but you have a question for Real of like where to find something or how do I do this or that. There is a support button here where you can create a support ticket where you can message in your question or you can call support. But here is just the My Office tab with all the information that you need about the brokers, okay? So we're gonna move on. The wallet tab here, you'll see on the left-hand side, I don't want to dive into that on this video because I want to keep this simple. This is where you'll learn more about our Real wallet and the points that you can earn, your cap, see what you have pending in revenue share, see what's in your Morgan Stanley stock portfolio, see what payments are pending, and you can get paid through the Real wallet. Again, this is such a cool feature and something so different because Real is a fintech company. If you don't know what that is, that's okay. Let's hop on a call and I'm happy to share with you what it is. But it's something that no other brokerages are offering. It's a huge, amazing incentive that I'm so excited about. Next item to address is Real Signature here. So we do have a free electronic signature platform here inside the dashboard that you can also, like I said, there's an app, you can do this on the go as well. Now, I personally do not have experience. You are gonna do an onboarding call. They will go over this with you, but I came to Real having used Dotloop and I just kind of seem to want to stick with what I know and what I'm familiar with. So I continue to use Dotloop. It's about $35 a month. And, I just input my MLS number and it automatically generates the most up-to-date contracts. It updates the contracts in there for the state of Florida, and we have NEFAR, which is like our specific area. So it's uploading the documents in there for me that I need, and I just stick with what I know. And I know some other agents who move to Real do the same. There's a lot of agents who still use their own DocuSign. There's agents like on the West Coast, SkySlope is really popular in Zip Forms, I believe. So there's multiple different electronic services that you can use and pay for. They're reasonably affordable, but I will tell you, most agents get this paid from the MLS or their association because it's included in these fees that we pay them. So one thing to reach out to, if you currently use DocuSign, Dotloop, you're paying for it, your brokerage pays for it, and you're moving to Real and you'd like to continue using that, reach out to your association, your MLS, to see if it's something that they offer for free. But we do have an electronic signature service here in the platform. I just personally have not used it, but I know people at Real can help you and support you with navigating that if you're interested. Okay, next tab is the wealth plan. We're not gonna dive into that today, but if you wanna talk about your goals, where you wanna be in like 5 years with like your transactions, and maybe you're interested in revenue share, maybe you're interested in stocks, we can go over your wealth plan individually. Okay, directory, we don't need to touch. Work, so essentially, here, let me click on it. It looks just like Facebook, and it's just a hub for all the Real broker agents in every state and in Canada. So if you want to communicate with a Real broker agent, you can do it here right through the platform. And as you can see, it looks just like Facebook with this feed and your people, and you got events on the side, other ways to navigate the dashboard. They're sharing events, they're sharing trainings. There is also like groups, just like on Facebook, like I'm a part of the Florida group and the Northeast Florida group, Women of Real, there's a luxury group, a Real military group. There are also actual Facebook groups that I think are beneficial. Some people are more into Facebook, some people are more into this work VO platform. So I think that no matter where you're at, try to find these groups on both platforms, collaborate with the agents near you, and be able to ask them questions as well. Because sometimes, hey, it's not an urgent question. I don't need to reach out to support or broker. I'd like to get another agent's feedback on something. Use these platforms as a resource. Real offers a ton of marketing that you can leverage yourself if you want, but you don't have to. There's everything listed in this marketing tab. For example, like if you wanted Real's branding, like their fonts and their colors, you can utilize that. But we also have templates for everything, like open house signs, business cards, just listed, just sold posts, new agent, just joining Real. Like they have every topic you could possibly think of. And the cool part about it, it is customizable in Canva, so really easy to use. Also with the marketing, like if you have a new listing, there's this AI feature in the dashboard that we are gonna touch on, that if you have a new listing, it will curate all these marketing materials for you. If you don't have that and you're not a graphic designer, which most of us, like 99% are not, and you wanna utilize these templates, you should. There's also like state specific marketing materials. Also, if you want to order any merch, this is where I go, the swag shop. Like if you want to order t-shirts or sweatshirts or bags, tumblers, pens, check out the swag shop because they have a lot of really good stuff that ships really fast, and a lot of the items are reasonably affordable. Okay, moving on. So we talked about marketing. We have a tab here for One Real Mortgage. We have a tab here for One Real Title. So they do have their own companies within. You do not have to use them. You can use them. There are incentives if you do use them, but it is not required. Real Academy is one of my absolute favorite things about Real because now as a mom, it's really hard to get childcare for a specific day, specific time. I love that the trainings are virtual. So there are 3 to 6 live trainings a day, and they are taught by elite agents. So these agents have to produce a certain amount in order to qualify to speak on this topic that they specialize in. And you can find literally any topic that you can think of in this dashboard. That was one of the reasons why I left Keller Williams, which I have a video on that I recorded 3 years ago. So this page is for real agent specific only. And I'm going to go through and kind of chat with you as I showcase this screen and the different types of trainings that we have, so you can see if there's something that might be interesting to you. We also have, like, you can search by new courses, you can search by career journey, new agent, experienced agent, top producer, teams, specific learning categories. And there are 3 to 6 live trainings a day, but a majority of them are recorded, so you can go back and binge watch, like, so many. I love watching the trainings or listening. You can watch or listen, and I love doing it like while I'm going for a walk or doing laundry in the car. I'm fitting it into my schedule, and I have some trainings that I am diligent about. A lot of them are the same day, same time every week, and they're in my calendar because you can register for these trainings and you can add it to your calendar. So I love that. Now we have these ones on here called One Real Community, and they are, still done by the agents, but they are open to agents outside of Real. If any of these are speaking to you, you're not already at Real, I can send you the link to register, for you to get the Zoom link, for you to be able to add it to your calendar, and you can hop on live. So there's several a day. We partnered up with a CRM company called Lofty, which you're welcome to look into it, like Google Lofty CRM on your own so you can see the features. We get it at an amazing price. It's normally like $700 a month, but our partnership with Real, it's $50 a month. They do, like, every single week a Lofty call where you can hop on and learn about new strategies, things that agents are doing, practices, but also ask your specific questions. So I love that. Define your life and business. I've heard really good things about this call with Dusty, where it's every single Monday morning, and the goal is to start every agent's week with equipping them in their heart, mind, skills, and action for the upcoming week so that they are consistently building the life and business they desire. It's all about them defining their path. Like, so different, right? Like, it's just not always your typical training on here. Get started with marketing training. This REVB marketing mastermind with Katie Day and Tim is really popular. They always have such great attendance. It's a really good call, and it's every Monday at 1 p.m. Eastern. I'm just going to keep sliding through so you guys can see, like, what these other trainings are. Here's another Lofty onboarding training, CRM and drip campaign mastery, new agent, get started with transactions training. They do a 4-week agent success training. So if you're brand new, they have a series set up for this for you. This is so much more training that I had as a brand new agent. I feel as though I do get asked a lot, like, agents are like, oh, would this be a good brokerage for me if I'm brand new? And I think if you're self-disciplined and motivated, you can do anything. And the resources that Real offers is so much more than what I had, that I think if I had these resources and the support, my business in the beginning was a little bit slower. And I feel as though if I had this, I would have excelled much faster. So, like, the resources, the people, the support is there if you want it. There's an agent attraction call every Tuesday at 1 p.m. If there's something that's important to you, reach out to me. I will find a training for you to be able to hop on so that you can get that education prior to and seeing what the trainings are about prior to joining Real. So I hope that's helpful. We're gonna wrap up this video. I hope it was helpful for you. Again, I'm gonna have my Calendly link below. I'm available Tuesdays and Thursdays to hop on calls with agents, completely confidential. I can answer any questions that you have. I can share with you more on the dashboard. I do calls with agents who are looking for that, or right before they're joining, if they need a refresh, I get on Zoom calls with the agents after they join, once they get a little more settled, and we go over their goals and accountability. So I haven't even spoken about that yet, but we just finished the website for the Hive, and I am so excited about that. Please go to womenofthehive.com, check it out, and you can see all the things that I'm talking about. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope it was helpful for you. Reach out to me with anything that you need, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.